Hi everyone, Rayl with TLC Insurance Group here, and today I want to talk to you about and set the record straight on so many of these deceptive, misleading, and honestly quite predatorial TV ads that have been flooding the airwaves for the past many months here. At first I told myself I was not going to record one of these, but it seems like things really are getting kind of worse and worse, and people are getting more and more confused, so I figured, why not? If I can help even one person not get duped, it's going to be worth it. So today, I wanted to talk to you about these ads and explain what they actually mean. Let me start this off by saying, please do not call these 800 number ads. There are no special benefits that they can give you that are unique to them. These companies have the same plans available as every other insurance agent out there. And honestly, many of them have fewer, as many of these large call centers that you'd be calling into only deal with the big national companies. So they are not going to have more of your localized companies and the plans that only may be in one state or in one service area. All of these TV ads cherry pick the benefits to talk about that are available somewhere on some Medicare plan when someone meets certain criteria. Somewhere around the country, and honestly, many of these 800 numbers are run by companies that just have huge call centers full of what I like to call closers. Now, I'm sure there are some good people working at these companies. I'm not saying that they are all just out to get you, but the truth is many of them are. The job of a closer is to answer a few quick questions and then to get you to say yes so that they can enroll you in a plan. Many don't really explain what you're really signing up for, and nor do they really review what your benefits are. And they definitely don't talk to you about the potentially bad things that may be coming along with the good. Any plan these 800 numbers talk to you about, you can get information on from a local insurance professional and broker as well. Many people don't fully realize that there are actually hundreds, if not thousands of people local in your own community that specialize in helping people figure out which Medicare option is right for them. So if you do need help and you have questions, talk to someone local. Don't call the 800 numbers. And just like they say in all these ads, when you talk to someone local, it's free. So you can call my office listed at the information below, and we'll be happy to help. But this video isn't about us. It's about understanding these deceptive ads and protecting yourself from what you might be exposed to. As you're going to see as we go through this, there's way too much partial information and word twisting in these ads. They make it sound like there's some magical plan out there that you can only get if you call them. I'm sure your parents told you, and you've probably told your kids, if it sounds too good to be true, it very well may be. So please be careful and listen and watch for the catches.
Hi, if you're on Medicare, you've got to hear this. I see a lot of commercials about Medicare benefits, so I finally called to make sure I'm not missing out on any Part C benefits.
Okay, so first off, everyone is seeing a lot of commercials. They push the urgency factor, and you've got to hear this now. And I finally called, and you should too. They're pushing that on everyone. They're trying to get everybody to call. They're trying to make you think that everybody is calling them. People are confused because they think they're missing out on information, and that's why they call. They think they're missing something. The one other big one here is that they refer to everything as Medicare Part C benefits. Medicare Part C is another name for Medicare Advantage, but they don't tell you that. They act like it's another part of Medicare. You've got your Medicare Part A, you got your Medicare Part B, you got your Medicare Part D. Oh, well, where is Part C? Well, Medicare Part C is Medicare Advantage. Only in the super fine print is Medicare Advantage even listed. So as you can see right down here at the bottom, extra benefits require enrollment in a Medicare Advantage plan. Even if you're on a Medicare Advantage plan right now, you're probably getting a lot of the benefits that they're talking about or that they're telling you that you're quote unquote entitled to already. If you're on Medicare supplement, or you're on a Medigap plan, if you enroll in one of these plans into any Medicare Advantage plan, it's actually going to make your plan not work at all. And they don't bother to tell you this kind of stuff in these ads.
Benefits. And if I could really get money added to my Social Security check.
So this one is one of my favorites. And they always talk about, all the extra money that you should be receiving. Well, let's look down at the bottom, and actually got to back this up just a hair. But if we look down here at the bottom, certain beneficiaries may qualify for help paying their Part B premiums as part of each state's Medicaid or Medicare or medical assistance programs. So what that is really saying is that in order for you to get the $148 that they keep promising you in these ads, you need to have Medicaid. And let me tell you something, this is nothing new. States have been paying for members' Medicare Part B premiums when they're on Medicaid literally for decades. Like, this is not a new thing. They are not giving you some newfound money. They're telling you that if you're at or if you're close to the poverty level, that your state may be paying your Medicare Part B premium. And if you've never applied for Medicaid or assistance, they're going to tell you just to do that. They're going to say, hey, apply for Medicaid through your state. You could get money back. Now, this is not a Medicare benefit. It's a Medicaid benefit.
Check. The agent said I'm eligible to eliminate copays.
So this is the other one that I love, is when they talk about eliminate copays. It's one of their favorite talking points. So even when you look down here at the bottom, plans and benefits vary and premiums, copays, and coinsurances may apply. So what they're saying here is you're eliminating copays, but copays may apply. So they're cherry picking exactly how they talk about these things. If we keep reading, plans that have no premium, no copays or deductibles may require qualifying for a low income subsidy or an SNP plan. SNP plan means special needs plan. Most commonly what's called a DSNP or a dual special needs plan, which means you have Medicare and Medicaid. Benefits may differ from those under your current plan. So what they're saying right there again is that in order to eliminate all of these copays, you need Medicaid. And even in many cases, when they're talking about plans that are not Medicaid benefits, they're talking about eliminating only specific copays. So they'll say $0 copays, but what they really mean is that you may have a $0 primary care doctor copay. So when you go see your family doctor, you don't pay for it. $0 tier 1 generic medication. So the cheap generics may be free. Lab or blood work may have a $0 copay. They're not saying you don't have copays if you go into the hospital or if you need a surgery or an MRI or anything along those lines.
And also for several extra benefits, including transportation, meals, prescriptions.
So when we look into the extra benefits, transportation, meals, prescriptions, now, first off, any Medicare Advantage plan is going to have prescription drug benefit built into it pretty much regardless. One thing that a lot of people don't realize is that if you have a Medicare Advantage plan, 99% of the time, if you're getting prescription drug coverage, the only way you're going to get it is if it's through your Medicare Advantage plan. So having a Medicare Advantage plan with prescription coverage is nothing that should be this new fantastic benefit. All plans have that. When it comes to transportation, in some areas, this is becoming more of a benefit, but more likely it's fairly limited. Realistically, most plans that cover this on a non-Medicaid plan are going to limit you to maybe a dozen or so trips. I actually talked to a woman about this about a month ago who had called into my office who needed help. And she told me that she no longer drives and she was taking the bus to her doctor's. And she saw one of these ads and she saw the transportation benefit and she called the 800 number. She was told that they had the perfect plan for her and that they could enroll her in a Medicare Advantage plan just like what she had right now, but one that had transportation on it also. So obviously she was pretty excited. She thought she was going to have the same coverage she had right now, which she liked, but also add the transportation benefit to it. But unfortunately, when you say it's a Medicare Advantage plan, just like what you have, is the equivalent of saying I had food for lunch instead of saying I had a ham sandwich and an apple. All of these plans that they talk about are Medicare Advantage plans, and the benefits can vary dramatically. She thought that she got the exact same benefits that she had right now, but then she called her doctor's office to schedule an appointment and found out that her doctor's office, and not just her doctor's office, but the entire medical system that she uses doesn't accept the insurance that she had just signed up for. The person that she spoke with over the phone never bothered to check the network. This is incredibly important when you're dealing with Medicare Advantage plans. You have to check the networks because all Medicare Advantage plans or Medicare Part C plans are going to use a network. Now, the use of a network is not really necessarily a bad thing. It can actually be great for helping make your Medicare dollars go further, but it only helps you when you make sure that you can go where you want to go and that you can see who you want to be able to see.
And dental coverage with fillings, extractions, even dentures.
So when we talk about dental, I bet if you have a Medicare Advantage plan right now, your plan covers some dental. I mean, this is nothing new. Most Medicare Advantage plans are going to give you dental coverage in some way, shape, or form. But again, this is also a Medicare Advantage benefit. Medicare supplements, Medigap plans, original Medicare, they don't cover dental. So it is a legitimate thing that they're talking about of saying, hey, we've got coverage for your dental. Depending on what you have right now, you probably have this too. You may have coverage beyond just your cleanings for fillings, extractions, crowns. And yes, it might even cover dentures because that is covered on some plans now. And we love the phrase at no additional cost. And what does that really mean? It means that you're not paying extra to have dental on your plan. It's a built-in or an integrated benefit. Now, that doesn't even necessarily mean that the plan that you have is a zero premium plan. It's just saying that the plan has dental and you're not paying anything extra above and beyond what you'd be paying for the plan normally.
All at no extra cost. Plus, I'm eligible for $1,500 a year added to my Social Security check.
And once again, they talk about putting the money back on your Social Security check. And again, if we look at the fine print and kind of like before, the stuff scrolls so fast you can't read it unless you scroll backwards. Now, it's talking about Medicaid or medical assistance. You can see right here. Now, certain beneficiaries may qualify for help paying their Part B premium as part of each state's Medicaid or Medicare or medical assistance program. So it's not saying that it's a special benefit that they're able to give you. It's because you have Medicaid. Now, there is a benefit that some select plans have called a Medicare Part B buyback. And this benefit actually does give someone some money back on their Social Security check, even if they don't have Medicaid. However, there is a catch, and in most cases, it's a pretty big catch. And that's that plans that have a buyback have to sacrifice other benefits elsewhere in order to give you money back. They're not coming up with free money out of thin air. They're taking money from other areas so that they can give you money back. Now, when you start looking at that, you say, all right, well, where does that money come from? They're not charging me a premium for it. They're giving me money back. Where's it coming from? So I'm going to give you an example, and I'm going to take a single insurance company that offers both a zero premium Medicare Advantage plan and a plan with a $99 buyback. So same network, same doctors accepted, all that kind of stuff is exactly the same between both of these plans. The difference is the benefits of the plan. So let's say that you go into the hospital and you're only in there for one day. So it wasn't anything too extreme. You're just in there for something relatively minor, but you had to be hospitalized for it. On the $0 plan, you paid a daily copay of $275. So that's not too bad. It's something that most people may not like it, but it's something you can deal with. On the plan that gave you $99 back, you just paid $1,350 for your stay. So yeah, that one can hurt a little bit. $275 versus $1,350. Let's take another example. Let's say you needed to have your knee replaced. On the zero premium plan, that plan had a $250 outpatient surgical copay. So once again, not something that you probably wanted to pay, but still not too bad. On the plan that gives you $99 back, they just charged you 20% for the surgery. So not a copay, they charge you 20%. And just an FYI, the average cost of a knee replacement is between $30,000 and $50,000. So before you can blink, you could potentially be at your out-of-pocket maximum on the plan. And in 2022, the maximum out of pocket for any of these plans can actually be as high as $7,550. Now, realistically, most Medicare Advantage plans are not that high, but many of the plans that have buybacks are that high or at least close to it. So you really can give up a lot of your benefits to get some of that money back, which is really better. Having your core benefits, the things that you really want to protect yourself from. People want to protect themselves from costs, from a hospitalization, from a surgical, from a big procedure. Yes, the money back sounds great, but what are you giving up in order to get it? As you can see from some of the costs that I mentioned on the zero premium Advantage plan, I'm not saying by any stretch that Medicare Advantage plans are bad. As a matter of fact, a lot of people, actually, when you really look at it, it's about 26 million people, which is just over 40% of all Medicare beneficiaries are enrolled in some Medicare Advantage plan. And those numbers keep going up. If we go back to 2012, there were only 13 million. So basically, in the past 10 years, the number of people on Medicare Advantage plans has doubled. There's twice as many people on an MA plan or a Medicare Advantage plan today as there were 10 years ago. The point is that it's not being on a Medicare Advantage plan is wrong or is bad, but being on the wrong Medicare Advantage plan for you could be a huge problem. You need to know what your plan provides. Medicare plans they're not a one size fits all. You and your neighbor may have very different needs. Medicare Advantage plan selection conversation, it shouldn't just be a 10 to 15 minute phone call. When a new client that I've never met with comes into my office, I schedule between an hour and a half for that person. And to be honest, if they have a lot of questions, it can easily go over that time frame. There's so much more to picking your Medicare plan than just the fringe benefits, just those extras. Those benefits are nice, but how is your core benefits covered? The things that you actually have insurance for in the first place.
Pretty check. I was like, wow, thank you.
Yeah, wow, thank you. Until you find out that they didn't bother to tell you about some of those other benefits like we've talked about. Did they tell you, can you travel with your new plan? Does your doctor, your local hospital or facilities accept that plan? How easy is it to use? Do you need to change your pharmacy? Do they have, are you getting your prescriptions through mail order? Does the new plan still have that? These are all important questions that really can take the wow out of the picture very, very fast.
You can call right now to see if you're missing any extra savings, benefits, and money you deserve. I trusted the helpline. You can too. Call now. It's free.
Call 1-800.
So everything is always about, what you deserve and that you're not getting your benefits and everything else. So, as I mentioned before, the money you deserve could easily come at the cost of benefits that are actually part of your Medicare entitlements. The things that you actually really do deserve. You paid into Medicare your entire working life. Medicare is an entitlement. It is something that you do deserve. And you want to make sure that you're making the most out of it. It's also important to realize, as it says down here, the 2021 Medicare hotline is not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program. So when you look at that, in case you didn't already realize it, when you call the Medicare hotline or the Medicare helpline or any of these other 800 numbers, you are in fact calling a private company. You are not calling Medicare. And Medicare, and also on top of it, Medicare does not endorse any of these plans. Any Medicare Advantage plan, any Medicare supplement, any Part D plan, Medicare is not endorsing them. Medicare will never tell you you should or you need to enroll in any plan in particular. Medicare says we are going to give criteria to these different plans. You have to hit certain criteria, and as long as you hit that plan, those criteria, then you can offer that plan. But Medicare is never going to say, this is a plan that we are encouraging you to enroll in. Finally, one of my favorite parts is right here on the screen, and that is you may be directed to a third-party partner. Well, what does that mean? Well, there's something called a live transfer lead. And these are something that places pay a really large amount of money for. And basically, what it is it means that a live person is going to be connected to them that is looking for information on whatever it is that that person is selling. And live transfers are not cheap. So, on top of the fact that you're probably talking to a closer, you very easily may be talking to someone who just paid $40+ to have your phone call connected to them. And let's be honest, do you think there's a pretty good chance that the person on the other end of the phone is going to honestly tell you if what you already have is the best thing for you, that you should stay where you are? Or do you think there's a really good chance that they're going to try to sell you something to make up the money that they just paid? So be careful, be cautious, don't get scammed. There are so many good people out there who can help you and whose reputation is on the line. That's one thing that we tell all of our clients and anybody that we talk to is, look, my reputation is more important than enrolling any one person in any plan. Because unlike when you call into an 800 number and never talk to that person again, if someone comes into our office and we steer them wrong, that looks bad on us, and that hurts what we can do for other people. So you may find someone at one of these 800 numbers who actually really is looking out for you, but honestly, it is a crapshoot. You don't want to be in a spot where you're calling someone who you're never going to talk to again. You want to talk to someone who's accountable for what they tell you, someone who you can go directly back to and say, this is what you told me, not this is what your company told me. This is what you told me. Deal with someone locally, and you're going to have that ability. So that concludes my reaction video to this incredibly deceptive Medicare marketing ad. If you like what you heard and you're interested in whatever you're watching this on, YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, any of the other social media platforms, and you'd like to get any more new content as we post it, feel free to click those subscribe buttons. And we always appreciate if you learned anything from watching this video, if you click those little thumbs up or the likes. Also, feel free to drop any comments below and tell us what you think about all these deceptive ads. Is this something that you think that the government needs to step in on? What are your thoughts? We always like to hear from you. So I hope you learned something from this video. And until next time, take care.